Welcome to the Blackbird Shed. Got a few things to go over today, and we've got quite a few videos of different bits and bobs going on. First of all, a big thank you for everybody that has subscribed. Currently it's June the 20th. Started the channel, developing the channel sort of January time, and I'm up to 130 subscribers now, so thanks very much for everybody that subscribed. You can get in the comments coming through as well, they'll keep those coming. I try to reply to everyone, any advice I'll try to take on board, and we'll see if we can develop these videos as best as possible. But thanks very much for that. Let's get on with this week's video. Clean out this cage. This is cage 4. Got the first pair of canaries in. As you can see, what I've got is put a piece of wood where the tray normally goes, just in case the bird wants to get through the gap. I'm putting the tray in now. Before I show you that, if you look inside, around the edges, the DE powder is still there. That's the diatomaceous, and that's there to stop the mite. And this year, no mite at all. Fingers crossed that it continues. Let's get the shelf in. And that cage is nice and clean, ready for the next set of birds that are going to go in there. Now I've decided that this pair, by the way, there's the fledgling. We had 3 babies in this nest, and 2 of them died of a black spot. She's on more eggs now. I've not cleaned the nest out. I've put pot eggs in there. I think we're going to call it a day for this pair. Nice chick though. And down here, I'll update on the all cinnamon one I've got. Ah, there it is up there. That is a beautiful bird. So it's rather like its sister, which was born last year. It's the same colour. Now, the only difference is this one has a lighter chest and lighter tail feathers, but I'm really chuffed with that bird. I think it's going to be an absolute beauty. And the other 2 are the variegated one there, yellow and dark, and the dark one at the back. You can see them together now, you can see the difference in the colour. She's very cinnamon compared to his brown sort of colour. I'll probably take more of the mother. Yes, there. That's the mother. And the cinnamon has come from the cockbird, which I call Cappy, which is the one with the cap. There he is, just there. And he's the brother of the cinnamon hen, which is in this nest above. So we're going to continue the season for a third round, but only with the 4 pairs. Like I said again, the Irish fancies, and if I look at my board, the pair where we've got the red factor hen, they've been successful. Currently have 2 variegated birds take after the parent, the father. The other birds have been dark green, so I'll breed them again. Also breed Cappy and the variegated down there. Try and get another one of those all cinnamon birds, because that's what I really want to try and get. And then the last pair, which we'll keep together, would be last year's cinnamon bird, just in case she does go cinnamon from her. So we've seen the chicks in the first 2 cages. This cage here, it's a cage where I'm going to be shutting the parents down after this, so I'm not getting the nest prepared for any others. But I've got the 2 chicks in there, a bit messy. This is the one where she's on 5 eggs now, just set them down today. And we've got 2 chicks, this variegated one there next to the cockbird, there it is. And this one here, it's got more of a dark back. These little birds. And here we've got 3. We've got the one over there, which is a dark bird, quite a big bird. Variegated one here, and another green dark bird there. She is on no eggs, but I am going to be letting her have a new nest. So I've got a nest I'm washing at the moment, this pan. That's going to go in there. I'm not going to be careful I give her enough. I've also got to keep an eye on her because she's got a bad eye, not that side, that side. If she turns now, she's rubbing it. It does look a little bit better today than it did yesterday. I've given her a bath. I'm not quite sure what that is. So fingers crossed that clears up. This pair down here, which is the brother and sister, they're only on the one. They've only got the one chick, which isn't theirs anyway. It was fostered. Still not sure who it's from. Maybe I'll make a call on it next time round. And we've got the chicks, which are down here. I've got the cage in here because the cage partition, because there's a bit of squabbling, and I'm just wondering whether I should be separating the father from the chicks, but they look okay now. We've got this one here, which is a green bird, quite a lot of yellow, and the yellow one down there. And then we've got the Irish fancies in here, and they're looking beautiful. Oh. 2 whites with yellow, like mosaics really, and the yellow one in the corner. There it is, and that's next to the grey one, the variegated one that's followed the mother, and she's on 3 eggs at the moment in here. And she'll come off the nest. There she is. It was due the 4th egg today, it didn't happen, so I've set those 3 eggs, and 3 would be perfect. I think that'd be just right for her. So that's the that's round 2. In round 2, 17 birds. We had 25, I think, in the first round. So not as good as the first round, but really happy with that. So this flight, which I've just cleaned out, is going to be I'm going to pull the partition out, and we're going to have this as a three cage flight for the young. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just putting the DE powder in this one, because it needed a bit more of a clean out than the previous cage. So that's in the corners where the mites would likely to be. And when I put the tray back in a moment, this will be a bit cleaner, but it's quite messy on the walls. The young are quite messy birds. And this is what they've made, or mess they've made so far. So that's got to be cleared, plus the next cage as well. You might ask why this is so messy. I'm not on furlough anymore. I do have a job, and this is quite time consuming. Another thing is, I don't really want to disturb the birds. When it comes to the pairs, when they're on chicks, when they're sitting on their eggs, you don't want to disturb them. You want to give them as much time as possible. I've got a lot of birds in these two cages, 23 or 25, and they eat a lot, they poo a lot, they make a lot of mess, they chuck a lot of seed everywhere. A lot of this is just seed husks. It's probably seed they haven't even ate. It's probably perfectly fine. What I'm going to be doing is, a lot of this is just going to go on the compost heap. There's bird poo in it, which is a good fertiliser. The sawdust, seed, extra root, dust. It all go on the compost heap. Not all of it, but a lot of it will go on the compost heap. It'll get recycled. And it will go on the herbs and the plants, and a lot of that will go back in the birds. These trays which I made, they have a couple of coats of varnish on them. They're only made from wood, so they will be very prone to mite getting into little nooks and crannies. I find that the varnish helps a lot with that. And where you get a lot of mite, I did last year and the year before not so much, but last year a lot, was in these sections here where I've got some little screws, and there's little grooves where wood joins other pieces of wood, and you know, if they were plastic, you wouldn't have these little nooks and crannies. And being as the bottom of the tray is against the bottom of the cage, it's just a crack where mite will always settle. You can see here, mite would settle here, but here we've got some of the DE powder, and they wouldn't be able to survive in that. That's what I've just sprinkled back into the cage, and when I put this back in, I'm now very confident that we're not going to have a problem with mite. So far this year, we are now into June the 20th today. Fingers crossed that it looks like we've solved the mite problem, and that was just from getting the DE powder and doing a bit of more preparation on the cages before I set the season up. A little bit of extra varnish, sanding down some of the rough parts of the cage, and filling some of the cracks, making sure that there's smooth surfaces and there isn't so much areas for them to hide and to breathe. So a combination of a little bit of extra carefulness with the cage preparation at the beginning of the season. If you watch my video I did on the 17th of February about preparing the Canary cages, you'll see that I did spend quite a bit of time getting these cages over here set up and a lot of that work was to do with making sure that I didn't get mite, because I didn't get it didn't stop me from breeding birds last season. I wasn't as successful as this season, and it's not all about numbers really for myself, it is the enjoyment, but it certainly spoiled my enjoyment with the birds when I had mite everywhere, and it's not good for the birds as well. This cage is now cleaned out. Still a lot of mess on the walls, but I'll leave that till the end of the season, or maybe when I've moved these birds on and I've got a bit more room to be able to move them around and give it a deep clean. I have one more cage to do and that will be done. When this pair here, I'm closing them down once this chick is ready to leave the parents. I'll put the cock down here in a cage, separated with another 4 cocks, all separated. They'll be shut down for the season. I'm just going to run the 1 cage down here and these top 3 cages for breeding. So I'm just going to keep the 4 pairs going. The 4 I've had the most success from and I've had the best birds from really, including the Irish fancies. They're on 3 eggs now, and we've still got 4 chicks to ready to leave their parents to go with the 3 we've already got, so I've done really well with those. So the bird that we had in the flight that got in the way of last week's, was it 10 days ago, the renovations I was going to do to this flight has fledged. I've now been able to remove the cages, the nests that were up there, and we're sort of ready to sort of crack on now. I just want it to be a bit warmer so that I can guarantee that the birds are okay when I let them outside. Now I've got a little video now of the one that was inside there. It's a fawn bird. It's got a cute little baby. The other one that fledged I haven't been able to see, but I think he's just getting out of my way. I think when I go outside he comes in, and when I'm in here he goes outside. But there's 2 birds I've got to ring, but it's a nice little fawn Silverbill, so let's have a look at that one. Well, there's the one that was in the nest, which has held up all my jobs. So that's nice, it's a fawn. Beautiful. Yeah, that is a cute bird. So that's out in the aviary now. So it's been 10 days since we caught it. Well, we found it in the nest, surprisingly. And good to see it's out now, so I can crack on with the job. I've removed both the nests, so it's just a matter of, I would just say if it could just get a little bit warmer, then I'll be prepared to let them stay out overnight, and then I need to just get 2 days off in a row where I can crack on with the work on that flight. I'm going to show you a little video now of some of the Gouldian finches that we've got in the flight and how they're getting on with their molt. Some of the original 3, they're coming through quite well, and we've got quite a lot of molting going on now, probably because of the hot weather. In the second 5 babies that we had. And while we're here, just before we do that, I'll just show you what's going on in this nest, because we've got 4 babies in here. And let's just make sure there's no bird in there, no adult. So I'm going to probably just have to put the flash on. Now let's try it without the flash. There you go. Poor young, really cropped. The crops are well thought. They are getting fed so well. Such a great set of parents. Keep saying it's going to be the last lot I'm going to let her have. This time I'm definitely removing the cock, putting him into the other flight so that he can't get at it. She's got to have a rest. She got started and she's doing such a good job. You know, you can't just keep having babies with one pair. I obviously want to get rid of these young, and I need to get some other bloodlines in, some of the colours if I want to develop the Gouldian finches. So let's look at that video of the Gouldian finches outside. The young Gouldians are colouring up well now. Check that one out up there. Yellow breast coming through, like a purple chest. Can't tell from that picture what colour head. This one here. It's going to have a white breast or chest, just there under the bib. You can start telling which ones are cocks and hens now, not particularly from the colours, but definitely from the fact that they're starting to sing. This one here is singing. And there's one from the last batch. So you just got a few colours feathers starting to come through. Hopefully I've got 2 days in there which I can put aside to doing this work. The year's just cracking on already. We've already got eggs being laid for the 3rd round of canaries. We've got work to do on this, so when I get a chance to crack on with the work I will do a video on it. But it's just a matter of taking things as they go at the moment. So thanks very much for watching. Please enjoy your bird keeping, and punch that like button please if you do like the videos, and I'd love it if you share the videos. Any comments, great, I'll get back to you. And again, please subscribe, and thank you very much. Cheers, take care, bye.